Kabam released full list of issues currently being looked at in game. We won Dungeon Dames, but keep fighting everybody, and compensation still hits a bum note. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Friday the 22nd of November 2019. Now hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel with post notifications on. And let's get into the news. Okay, let's kick off Marvel Contest of Champions news by covering this. This is the story so far, episode 6, called Chaos. And if you want to find out a bit more about the game, and obviously going from chapter 1 to chapter 6, go to the link in the description. It helps you kind of understand the story aspect and the lore to Marvel Contest of Champions. In other news, and something that we deep dived yesterday, and that was the 5-year anniversary. I'll put that video link in the description down below, but it's a bit too much to then put into Marvel Contest of Champions news, which needs to cover all the other aspects. But mainly, the biggest takeaway was that the variant 4 had 1 and 2 stars as maybe the main champions you use, but more information needs to be given on that in the future. There seems to be a lot that's going to be going on for the 5-year celebration, whether or not it's Halls of Healing, Halls of Gold, and then Halls of Shards, which is Halls of Heroes, but Heroes you get Shards, but maybe that's going to be some sort of arena-based thing. I really don't know. But the fact is, it looks like there's a lot on for next month. Unfortunately, Kabam gave away what the profile picture you get from the beacons is, which I'm still like, why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. You should have just left it as a mystery for players just to kind of see what it was. And the final thing being, there's not been any kind of great announcement whether or not we're going to see gifting come back. I think something may be announced, but the thing is, anything could be announced. It could be somebody just saying, oh yeah, there might be. And it's like, well look, I want definites. I want definites whether or not there is or isn't. Because look, for a lot of players that like spending units on the crystals, greater gifting crystals that gives them good stuff. Also the fact they get them from the winter calendar. And also the fact that it's quite lucrative for Kabam to actually do that. So it's like it's a win-win for the entire community to have a gifting based event and also having those greater gifting crystals. But I know that they have to get around the problem of the fraudulent activity, so that's something that needs to be dealt with. Next up, and on to good news, we hit the marker for 600 mil. It was done yesterday, but hasn't been obviously updated to over there. But still, it's good to hit that Dungeon Days, which I know a lot of people do love that. So great work, everybody. Obviously, keep up the pressure. With Dr. Doom's kind of battling, it does mean that that arena, I think that really got a huge amount of push for us to get that milestone. But yeah, next one needs to be smashed out. I want to say it's 800 mil next, which, you know, we may reach at some point early next week and then look towards right before the end of the month. Maybe again, like just before the end of the event that we've actually smashed out. So come on, keep up the pressure, guys. Grind over the weekend on Arena, get some milestones, do some side quests, do some questing in general, and you know, we'll get that. We'll have the gold arena before you know it, which I know everyone is going to really need and want. Okay, and another news, and maybe something that I have already covered in a video yesterday, talking about the idea of compensation. But going a bit further to this, there's something that I did miss out in that video, and that was the fact that there's expiring items potential. So some of the items that people got from the compensation basically will overfill the inventory and then will go into your stash. Unfortunately, when the next Alliance Wars season starts, maybe some of those items won't be able to be used, which kind of sucks for those that were kind of banking on that for usage in that particular new season. But it is amazing to see that we get 15 of those level 4 Alliance health potions. But the downside is when they expire, we're going to have to make sure, I mean, some players don't even get to use them for Alliance quests based on maybe like where they are in game. But the fact is that for a lot of players that maybe don't do like high difficulty stuff like map 7, maybe even not even map 6, could find themselves overspilling on some of those health potions, which maybe they'd use more in war. So yeah, it kind of sucks when it comes to that one, and I hope you get to use them, but not for a case of like, okay, let's just make sure that I'm just getting hit multiple times and getting through and then forcing myself to use them. Yeah, so it does suck for that side of things. Okay, next up, and something that has been going on for a very long time, and it's something that has and keeps getting closed in the forums, and that is all about the Inequity Mastery. So as you can see here, like if you unlock the first rank, passively reduce enemies attack by 2% for each debuff they are currently suffering from, up to maximum of 36 reduction. Obviously that does scale. This is a defensive based mastery and has been the subject of a lot of discussion, especially back way back last year, and even I think slightly to the year before that, but mainly it was last year it came to a head, especially because it was recognized on January 2018 as actually being a problem that was looking like it was actually going to be sorted out. So back in January 2018, this was the statement that was said on the subject. We're just about to push a fix for the bug with the Inequity Mastery. Instead of affecting modified attack, it is currently only affecting boss attack. When this fix is live, it will take into account modified strength from buffs and node buffs. This fix will be live within the next couple of hours. But there was an update saying that we have to hold off on getting this fix out. We've discussed some underlying issues that are preventing us from getting this out right now. Sorry for the confusion. We'll update you guys in the future when we are ready to commit this fix. Now, the people that support the Inequity Mastery, there is a very vocal group amongst you, and it is great to see that, especially because I do feel that this is something that has gone on a bit too long and does need to be answered. It's nearly 2 years since anything has been concretely finished, clarified, or closed the door on. I just like this point here, which I'm going to read out to you. Since the time many champions have been released and their champion spotlights recommend Inequity as a mastery complements the champion kit. Void, Massacre, Annihilus, Human Torch and others are among the champions who have Inequity listed as a recommended mastery, despite Kabam's admission that it doesn't work properly. I hope enough attention can be brought to this subject that Kabam decides to either fix the mastery or just refund the units used to unlock it, like they did with Mystic Dispersion. Now, my own personal hope was when I saw this discussion reopen again on the 17th of November, that it may have led to something of a positive shift and also a new talking point, especially to go down the route of what we just discussed from that post from April of 2019. Unlike some of the discussion is still quite good, but at the same time, they need answers, they need closure, or they need a fix to this. And obviously nobody wants to have a mastery that isn't working as intended, as it's working against the base attack and not the modified attack of certain types of interactions in game. But leaving it at a point, just closing this forum post and obviously saying that there's nothing to announce, the best thing I think that I would recommend for Kabam to do is to either just null and void that particular mastery and say that's it, we're not doing that anymore, we're not doing that mastery. We're maybe adding something new, changing something, either closing the door on this one, and also like refunding those that have gone to unlock it because it's not a mastery working as intended, or make it as a duff mastery for unlocking things like the suicide masteries type aspect to it. Either way, it is a kind of annoying situation for those that have unlocked the Inequity Mastery, and also for the very avid and passionate community around that particular fix that needs to happen. Either way, for those that understand about this, I feel sorry for you, and at the same time have your say on this nearly 2-year mastery issue that has not been fixed to date. Speaking of bug fixes, and it looks like the Kabam have put together a list of bugs that are looking to be fixed in the near future. Unfortunately, Inequity Masteries is not amongst any of them, but there's certainly a few to really kind of like take note of. I think ones that we've recently talked about is indeed down here when we've got the Aegon Mastery, or the Aegon Synergy. So the Aegon Synergy is definitely one there. The Combo Breaker Synergy is active, and a combo is built up by Aegon. That is definitely something that we need to see. Looks like that there's a resolution in the future for the history, the AQ history bug that we've been experiencing, not having that tab. We want that back. Also, there's an issue with Alliance Quest modifiers displaying different points to different battle groups. That is something I think from the last few days that we're going to be really needing to look at, and something I'm going to be addressing in a future video. Oh, and thank God, it looks like they're investigating, and hopefully there's a fix for this, the degenerate below 30% bug. I think this is the one associated with the Nameless Thanos map 6 and above interactions. So that's good to know that that's going to be addressed. And a final thing that I think of notoriety is the Ghost fix. So for the heavy attack, there's an issue where the second hit of Ghost heavy attack won't make contact after the first hit has landed. Good, because there's a lot of kind of scuffiness in that break. I think that will very much be approved by Mr. Pandaman Pete. And now I shall end Marvel Contest of Champions news on a Friday with a humorous anecdote, which I like to call the Ballad of Billiam. Pooh, pooh, pooh. Can I join the Ratfesses gang? I need a new alliance. I am Conqueror title with 2 R5 5 4-stars at 50-ish SIG level, an R3 5-star and a lot of R4 4-stars. I know I suck. I need alliance. Please, anyone? Please comment. I want to be famous boy. Just say anything. Oh, wipe. Oh yes, very good luck to Billiam in the future. Hopefully you get to be in the Ratfesses gang. But in any case, check out some of the other content posted here and here. Make sure to drop by later on because we're going to be doing an Alliance Quest modifiers video. And I may be out tonight, so I don't think I'm going to be able to stream. And yeah, I may stream over the weekend, but it's pretty busy at the moment with making some very meaty videos for December. So look forward to that. Thanks very much for supporting Marvel Contest Champions news, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.